Yeah, I can see that I'm there. I have no idea what you can see. I'm just enjoying my Sunday. I am so much. All right, let's go ahead and fix that window capture. Okay, that's exactly what we want. But we only want a tiny bit of it. So we hit the Alt key and drag that over to there and a little more and all of that. And shrinky dinky a little bit there. A little more. A little more. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, T-Bone, from the Luns B Show with T-Bone and Chick Brew. It is Sunday. It is time for the supplemental. Here's what I could tell you. Me, T-Bone, experiencing a tad bit frustration. Why? You obviously want to know. You want to know. Because my internet provider, well, I'm not going to say the bad words that I said when you couldn't watch because my internet wasn't working. I said a lot of bad words, none of which you heard, because this is not the bad words thing that we do. I can tell you, here's what I'm going to say. I will not, nor will I ever recommend Verizon home internet. I won't do it. I will not recommend them. They claim to have the fastest speed. It is proven that they do not. They gave me a booster that they knew wouldn't work with the modem they gave me. But I tried. I tried to make it work. And for a short moment in time, I felt like I had succeeded, like I had done something spectacular. But alas, poor Yorick, I knew him well. I did not. But having fought through my trials and tribulations this Sunday morning, it's very hot out, by the way. maybe maybe that is the explanation for some of my just total anger. Is this camera not working? Yeah, that's the camera I'm looking at. This camera, not okay, perfect. Oh, me and Zeus went out to Veterans Park today, and they got a lot of trees out there at Veterans Park, but none of them cover the walkway. It is quite warm there in Veterans Park. Here we go. I don't know why I started speaking like that. Here we go, talking about your national days of the week. Every week we do three things on the supplemental. We do your national days of the week. We do a community service event, note, something along those lines. And we do This Week in History, but we do that as a trivia contest. It's fun. It's so funny. I had viewers when I was just playing the placeholder. I even acknowledged those viewers like, hey, be with you in a few. But they all disappeared. And even though the trivia contest is designed to be played with friends, I can play with myself. It's proven over all of these years. I could definitely play with myself. And you, watching this in the future, can also play with yourself. Moving on to your national days of the week. Starting with today, the 7th of July, it's National Macaroni Day. Yes, put a little macaroni in your hat. Oh, put a little something in your hat and call it macaroni. I don't know what the hell you're putting in your hat and calling it macaroni. If you're physically, mentally challenged, you can put anything in your hat and call anything macaroni. It's National Macaroni Day. You know, I do love me some good macaroni. I believe macaroni, one of the perfect pastas. It's got enough surface area to collect your sauces. Doesn't matter what it is. It's cheese, It's marinara. It's Alfredo. Doesn't matter. If it's a sauce, the macaroni noodle has a bunch of ways of capturing it. I like macaroni, but I'm going to stuff various things in my hat today and just call it macaroni in spirit of National Macaroni Day. Hello, one viewer. Moving on. On the 8th, tomorrow, National Video Game Day. That's right. You have an excuse, gentlemen, to go play your video games. Is that misogynistic, T-Bone? Maybe. I don't know a lot of female gamers. I know a lot of female whores who use gaming as a way of increasing their OnlyFans audience. I know them, but I don't know a lot of women who enjoy playing video games. I actually broke out my video game yesterday because they're racing in Silverstone this weekend, and I wanted to race the track. I wanted to remember every curve of that track. The problem is my version of the video game is a little outdated. If I were to be put in a Formula One seat right now, I would crash into a wall because they've changed the course up a little bit. A wee bit. How about this? On the 9th of July, it is National, follow along with me, don't put all of your eggs, nope, in one omelet. That's, somebody took the time to make a proclamation to get this passed in the universe of National Day things. Say, don't put all your eggs in one omelet. Which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. What if you've only got 2 eggs and you want to make a 2-egg omelet? You put all of your eggs in the omelet, you stupid people who made a day that says don't put all of your eggs in one omelet. Stupid. Did I mention it was hot at Veterans Park and that may be the source of my anger today? Or is it Verizon that's making me angry? I'm just angry. But you know what'll fix that anger? On the 10th of July, it's National Pina Colada Day. If you like pina coladas, yeah, I do. But I never make them because honestly, I don't know what's in them. Do you? Off the top of your head, do you know what's in a pina colada? More importantly, can you even spell pina colada? Because it's not easy. But on the 10th, drink your pina coladas. On the 10th, I'm going to learn what the ingredients are. I'm going to make myself a pina colada. I know there's a blender involved. You got to blend. There's probably a banana, some rum. I don't know what else is involved in a pina colada. Let's find out together on National Pina Colada Day. That's the 10th. Oh, thank heaven, it's 7-Eleven. On the 11th of July, it is, I'm not kidding, they marketed this expertly, National 7-Eleven Day. You know what you can't get at 7-Eleven? You can't get pina coladas. I'm going to sing it every time I say it now. Moving on to the 12th. The 12th of July is National Simplicity Day. Or as I like to call it, Day. Just really all of life's problems, if you just narrow it down to the common denominator, usually they fix themselves. It's really not that big of a deal. Just make it simple. Look at life from a different angle. Stop complicating things. Stop getting over emotional about things you can't fix, like Verizon bullshit wireless. Internet. I'm so mad with Verizon Day. Did I mention it was hot outside at Veterans Park this morning? Yeah, that and do not use Verizon. That's pretty much the theme of the day. On the 13th of July, it's Beans and Franks Day. I don't know why I have to say Beans and Franks that way. Was that in a movie? Is that a movie callback that I can't remember? Beans and Franks Day! Or am I just excited every time I eat beans and Franks that I say it that way? No, they can't hear me now because they. Funny. It's still funny. Good job. I like it. You made me laugh. So the 13th of July, in case you forget, it's Beans and Franks Day. I'm going to have some Beans and Franks. I'm going to drink it with my margarita left over from the 10th, being as simple as possible. I'm amalgamating all of the days into one. I'm going to have some macaroni, play some video games. I'm going to put all my eggs in one omelet. I'm going to drink a pina colada that I got from 7-Eleven, being as simple as possible on Beans and Franks Day. And finally, for your national days of the week, it is the 14th, 7 days from now. It's National Mac and Cheese Day. Here's the deal. If you know good mac and cheese, you know good mac and cheese, right? I call it, and I take some heat over this. I've been calling it this for years. I'm not changing it. If you look on the internet, you can find it looking up these words: black macaroni and cheese. Now, what is black macaroni and cheese? It's baked. It's just baked macaroni and cheese. It's also called Southern-styled macaroni and cheese. But I was led into the circle of the black family and learned how to make black macaroni and cheese. And it's got a lot of pepper on it, and it's baked, and it's cheesy, and it's delicious. If you're going to get some mac and cheese, take an extra 2 seconds and search for black mac and cheese on the internet and taste that. Ooh-wee! It sure is good. That has been your National Days of the Week. Now, because I was having so many issues with my Verizon internet that had me so angry, I really didn't get the chance to write down anything for your community service event. However, in preparation, last week, I came up with something that was so far in the future, it can be used again. Because I want you to go there. I want you to support my East. No? Yes? Shoot. No, I don't think it is called East. It is just called, I want you to support my Enola Volunteer Fire Department, Numero Tres. And they will be raising money, as all of my local fire departments like to do. They will be raising money this coming Saturday, the 13th, from 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock at the AmeriChoice Federal Credit Union, right there on the corner of Wirtsville and East Penn Drive. $12 get you half a chicken. I don't even need to look at my notes. I had all this in my brain. Maybe I should go there and spend some money. $12 will get you half a chicken. $12 get you half a chicken, plus a baked potato, plus some applesauce, and a roll with butter. I don't know. So my local fire departments do a lot of things to raise money. God bless them. They're all volunteers. I have not seen a volunteer firefighter calendar. And I'll tell you why I believe that to be true. And those of you in Enola Fire Department number 3 can confirm or deny anything I'm about to say. But I believe full-time firefighters, which are few and far between in this area, they don't do anything most of the time. Oh, they're first responders. Oh, they're amazing. Yeah, whatever. They sit around the firehouse all day and they don't do jack. Except cook. Most firefighters are amazing cooks because that's all they do. They sit around, they drink their margaritas, the pina coladas, while being simple, eating Franks and beans. I'm just combining all of this for no reason. And for those of you who are only seeing the community service note section of this clip, you got to go over to the National Days of the Week and understand any of the callbacks I just tried to do. Firefighters are bad guys. That's what I'm saying. And ladies. There's some lady firefighters. Don't think I don't know you're out there, Tegan. But of the volunteer variety, they actually have real jobs. And then when a fire happens, volunteer firefighters, actually my favorite firefighters of all time. Full-time firefighters, screw you guys. You suck. But they have plenty of time to work out in the gym and to cook amazing meals, keto-friendly stuff. So So, yeah, they've got some abs. Not going to say it. Not going to say the alternate word I want to use for abs. Uh, so they work out. They're really fit. They make calendars. And what do full-time firefighters raise money for? Charity, I imagine. Meanwhile, your volunteer firefighters are raising money to keep things operational. So support your local volunteer firefighters. Enola Volunteer Fire Company number 3. That'll be, again, East Penn, Wurtsville Road, in front of the Amera Choice Federal Credit Union. Get you half a chicken, get you a baked potato, get you some corn on the cob, I think. Mm. But I know there's a roll and some butter involved. I'm glad at least one of my viewers is active this morning. Jelly Rolls. And now, moving on, it's time for This Week in History, trivia styled, with your host, T-Bone, from the Lunsby Show with T-Bone and Chick Broom. La 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 la. La 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 la. Gotta go over here. There we go. All right. Question number 1. I ask the questions, you provide the answers. Short of you giving me an answer, I will then give you some clues. I do not know the answers of the questions I'm about to offer. I am guessing along with you. Let's see if we can do it right. Now, question number 1. What event occurred on July 7th, today, in 1456? Holy cow. That's going back a bit. July 7th, 1456, which is a fun number because it's 1456. July 7th, 1456. What significant event occurred? I'm not going to talk bad about AI because I got James for that. But he told me to stop using AI and to create these questions for myself. Screw you, James. You make these questions, and we'll use the questions you make. I have nobody answering currently on what question, what event occurred on July 7th, 1456. Here are some options for you to choose from. Was it the signing of the Treaty of Utrecht, which I've never heard of? And if it occurred 500 years ago, I really don't care. I wouldn't care. Unless the signing of the Treaty of Utrecht had some kind of significant impact on my life, I wouldn't care. Was it the Battle of Hubbardton? There's no way that's not a British word. Hubbardton. Was it Joan of Arc's acquittal of heresy? Was she acquitted of heresy? I'm pretty sure she paid a penalty for whatever she was convicted of. Robert's got a great answer. He believes Ezekiel grabbed 9 kids from the Amish auction. And to be correct there, no, because this is 1456. We didn't even know there was another side of the world in 1456. The Amish had not made their great migration to the New World in 1456 because we didn't know it existed. Last option. So you got the Treaty of Utrecht, the Battle of Hubbardton, Joan of Arc's acquittal of heresy, or finally the introduction of chocolate to Europe. Interesting. I don't know why, but I'm going to go with none of these are easy. AI, you're supposed to be easy. I'm going to go with Joan of Arc. You know, when in doubt, Charlie out, right? I'm going with option C, Joan of Arc's acquittal of heresy. What are your answers, please? Leave them in the comments because all I've got over there is some jokes. Shut up, David. Wow, man, AI really went all the way back. Here we go. What explorer engaged in the first known trade between Europeans and natives of the Gulf of St. Lawrence on July 7th, 1534? 1534, going all the way back. Got some familiar names here for you to choose from. Of course, option number one is Christopher Columbus. Was it him? Was he here trading with the natives in the Gulf of St. Lawrence? Was it Jacques Cartier? Possibly. I don't know the answer to these questions, but it could have been Jacques Cartier. Was it Ferdinand Magellan? Oh, man, I got a bunch of things happening with my internet. It's not making me happy, but I'm doing my best to keep a smile on my face. I do not recommend Verizon. Or was it Hernan Cortes? Those are your options. Christopher Columbus, Jacques Cartier, Ferdinand Magellan, or Hernan Cortes. Who do you think was doing trading with the natives of the Gulf of St. Lawrence on July 7th, 1534? Robert chooses to go with chocolate. David decides to go with Joan of Arc in our previous questions. So David's with me. He charlied out. Robert goes with chocolate. We'll find out the answer in 5 more questions. For this, I'm going to guess who did trading with the Europeans and the natives in the Gulf of St. Lawrence on July 7th, 1534. I don't believe it was Christopher Columbus because, 1482, that was a long time ago. I'm going to go with Cartier because the Gulf of St. Lawrence and the province of Quebec are right there together with one another. And Magellan was Portuguese and Cortez was none of them. I'm going with Cartier. That's my guess. Let me know your guess in the comments when it gets around to you. Question number 3 out of 7. On July 5th, 1550. Wow, these are really far back. On July 7th, 1550, what food item is thought to have been introduced to Europe from the Americas? It's 1515. We've been colonizing the Americas for 70 years at this point. What food item on July 7th, 1550 is brought back to Europe from the Americas? Is it coffee? Did we not find out about coffee until July 7th, 1550? David answers D on the previous question. Previous question was Cortez. Okay. He didn't Charlie out. Was it tea? Was it chocolate or vanilla? Coffee, tea, chocolate, or vanilla, one of those came back to Europe for the first time in 1550. Through my reasoning, through my ability of deduction, Jack Sparrow loses the black pearl to Captain Barbossa. That's funny. Just random stuff you're just throwing out there, not even trying. Okay, I got you. No, it's funny, hilarious. It isn't coffee. They were making coffee in Africa long before we found out the Americas even existed. It wasn't tea. We had all the tea in China long before we knew there was an Americas. Is it chocolate? Possibly. Cartier. I see your answer, Cartier. Going with me again. David's sticking with me. Or was it vanilla? I say 50-50 chance. You got chocolate, you got vanilla. It is amazing that we may have stolen chocolate from the Americas, brought it back to Europe, and made it phenomenal once it got there. I'm going with chocolate. That's my answer. Again, when in doubt, Charlie out. Question number 4. Which French emperor met with Russian Tsar Alexander I on a raft in the middle of the Niemen River to sign the first Treaty of Tilsit on July 7th, 1807? I asked for easy questions. None of these are even in the 21st century. But it's This Week in History. Robert goes with vanilla. Russian Tsar Alexander I on the raft in the middle of the Niemen River to sign the first Treaty of Tilst on July 7th, 1807. Which French emperor? Was it Napoleon Bonaparte? Was it Louis the 14th? Charlemagne, not the god, stupid name, or Louis the 16th? Well, nobody knows nothing about Louis the 14th. Nobody knows Louis the 14th. David is also going with vanilla. Everybody knows Louis the 16th. Everybody knows Charlemagne, but not for the right reasons. So if you were to narrow it down, it's going to be between Louis the 16th and Napoleon Bonaparte. 1807, I believe, is more Bonaparte time frame than Louis the 16th time frame. Me, T-Bone, my answer, Bonaparte. That's who I'm going with. We'll find out if I'm correct in just a few more questions. What significant decision did the U.S. Congress make on July 7th, 1798, during the, and this should always be in quotes, during the quasi-war? Yeah, because it's not really a war, it's a quasi-war. What significant decision did the U.S. Congress make on July 7th? So I asked for This Week in History for AI. Again, remember, you are training your future robot overlords. In the future, when the robots take over and they start murdering us all, they will add the tagline, "This is because of T-Bone." Murder, this is because of T-Bone. Murder, because I keep training AI on how bad it is at doing AI stuff. I asked for questions that ended in the week of, during the week of July 7th. And every one of these questions, which are extremely hard questions, is from July 7th. David says chocolate was present during the era of Braveheart. Okay, then I guess that's not your answer. I don't care. Don't fact check me. Don't get on the Google box and find out things you didn't know jack shit about 10 seconds ago. Sorry. What significant decision did the U.S. Congress make on July 7th, 1798 during the quasi-war? Was it rescinding treaties with France, declaring war on Britain, ratifying the Bill of Rights, or establishing the Department of State? In the infancy of our country, I don't believe establishing the Department of State was high on the agenda of things to do. But 1798, those boys are going to start breaking some things. The founding fathers, they got together and created an act of treason that set us all free on July the 4th, 1776. Now we're talking 22 years later. What are they going to do? Are they going to declare war on Britain? I think they did that already. He's going with Louis the 16th. I see your answer. I think they did that already. I think we had already gone to war with Britain. I doubt they were ratifying the Bill of Rights in 1798, although it did take us a while to get a constitution, but I don't think it took us 22 years. Me, T-Bone, choose rescinding any treaties we may have had with France. That's what I'm choosing. No more France for you. All right, question number 6 and 7. Question number 6. What national heroine? Oh, come on. You know, when I would teach sailors about how to take a Navy-wide advancement exam, I would say this: take the exam 4 times. One time, just read the entire exam. Just read it. Read the question, read your answers, just read it. Because you'll find sometimes the questions answer themselves in future questions. Right? That's what I would say. The first and then the second time you take the test, just do everything you know as quickly as possible. I mean, if you know it immediately, just answer it. Just answer it. The third time, go back to see all the ones that you missed and take a little decision time and make a proper decision. And the fourth time, you go back and you just make sure you answered all the questions. David says Louis XIV is where the song Louis Louis came from. Why couldn't it have been any of the other 13? More appropriately, Louis II. Louis Louis. Durr. What national heroine was acquitted of heresy on July 7th, 1456. Sound familiar? Here are your options. Boudicca, I like her name, Cleopatra, Joan of Arc, or Queen Elizabeth I. I think this question answers a previous question. We'll find out if I'm right soon. Robert's going with the Bill of Rights. Yes, my internet does suck. Have you not been paying attention at all? Final question on the Sunday Supplemental with T-Bone, the co-host of the Linsby Show with T-Bone and Chick Brew. Catch us weekly anywhere fine podcasts are sold. The final question for this is, on July 7th, 1753, what significant grant did the British Parliament make? What significant grant did the British Parliament make on July 7th, 1753? All of these start with granting, so I'm not going to read granting 4 times. Was it Jews? Citizenship? Jews? I love when people bust my chops for saying Jews, because I'm usually referring something of the orange persuasion. Was it granting independence to India, granting land to the American colonists, or religious freedom to the Puritans? It's 1753. So we know a new world exists. We've been living there for a while, but we haven't demanded our own freedom yet. Did the British Parliament in 1753 grant Jew citizenship, Jews, independence to India? No, it is not independence to India, clearly. I've seen footage of Mahatma Gandhi. I've seen him, pictures of him, video of him. He was a real person. Technology was not available in 1753. So it's not independence to India. Land to American colonists, well, if they had done that, we probably wouldn't have taken up arms against them a few years later. Religious freedom to Puritans, they wouldn't have left if there was religious freedom. I'm going to go with giving Jews citizenship because I like my Jews. I have said this since October 7th of 2023. All of my Jew friends are amazing people. I love my Jew friends. So I don't know why there's so much hatred against them. Did they get citizenship in 1753? No lo so. Yo no sé. We'll find out soon. All right, David goes with granting land to colonists, but we've already found out that David's been cheating using the Google box, you cheater. And Robert, he's going with religious freedom. So we got the boys, old Robert and David playing along today. Let's find out together what the answers are. Question number 1, the answer was Joan of Arc. We found that out later. No surprise there. Question number 2 was Jarquez Cartier. Quebec. I figured that one out. Question number 3 was a chocolate. So screw you, Dave. It was chocolate. Question number 4, Napoleon Bonaparte. I'm killing it at this point. Question number 5, no more treaties with the France. I think I chose the wrong one there. I did, didn't I? Question number 5, what were my options? No, I chose that. I chose rescinding treaties with France. I'm still batting 1,000 right now. Question number 6, we know, Joan of Arc. And question number 7, woo! Giving Jews citizenship. I rocked it this week. 100% correct. You too, not so much. So thanks for bearing with me. I apologize that my internet from Verizon sucks balls. In case you didn't catch that. Sorry. And I may have used some choice language today. I don't normally do that, so I apologize for that too. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I've been T-Bone. This has been the Sup.